Minshew is a solid, like he's not fucking Cooper Rush by any stretch of the imagination. He's a solid backup. So real quickly about the Saints, don't underestimate this team. I don't know if Marshawn Lattimore is playing or not. He is honestly my favorite corner in the league. I love Marshawn Lattimore. He's so fucking competitive. Like, bro is not scared of nobody, and he make it challenging. Underrated as shit, and he's very, very talented. But okay, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Had it been a couple days ago, I probably wouldn't have started Battle. Welcome back to the Snake Eyes to Dollar channel. First video of 2023. I hope everybody had a great new year. Before we get started, need y'all to do three things for me. Like, comment, subscribe, if I kick y'all asses. No, I'm just playing. I already know I do already. Follow me on both my social medias. My Twitter is gonna be SnakeEyes_Dollar, the dollar as in Dame Dollar. And for my Twitter, it's gonna be all lowercase SnakeEyes_W Dollar. Now, I had said recently that I wasn't going to do a video on the Saints unless something crazy happens. Well, something crazy did happen. We obviously lost the game. We shouldn't have lost the game, but I'll get into that further. Before we get into today's topic, there's a couple things I want to talk about. First off, if y'all watched the Bills and the Bengals game, you know about Damar Hamlin. He went into cardiac arrest. He got trucked. It's not really, doesn't really matter who did it, but he got trucked. It seemed like it was just a regular football play. He got up regular, then he collapsed, and he is currently fighting for his life critical condition. So, prayers for Damar Hamlin and his family. That's definitely not a great situation to be in. I know it's, you know, it's tough on his family, and it's definitely, you know, tough on all those football players out there to see the situation take place. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I would ignore the shit out of me hearing Schefter, Booger McFarland, and then that lady that's the host say the same shit like 30 times. Like, I know I'm not gonna question ingenuity about caring about the players and obviously valuing you know, this individual's safety over a football game. But to say this shit 30 times, it just sound, I'm not saying it wasn't genuine, but it just sounds too choreographed. It's like at the end of the day, you just say maybe once or twice, and you just move on to the next program. If there's any other, like, pressing updates that you would want the public to know about, or any developments, then you would put it back on. But to literally sit up there and just say the same shit for like half an hour, it was just weird to me. But that's neither here nor there. I want to talk about Skip Bayless, who decided that, you know, out of everybody on this fucking planet, we all know that somebody's life is more important than a fucking football game, right? A football game can always wait, right? Skip Bayless decided that the opposite was true. And, you know, a lot of people are outraged, but here's the thing. You know, those comments, it doesn't surprise me. Now, it doesn't make what he said right. It definitely make what he said very fucking tasteless, indeed. But at the same time, it's like, I expect this shit from him. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, how the fuck do you literally spread hate to somebody's son, a kid? For those that don't know what I'm talking about, Bronny had a viral clip with a dunk. Everybody was celebrating, as they should. You know, Skip Bayless, old grumpy ass, decided that, you know, he needed to get attention and views in some weird ass way. Because, listen, just because you don't think LeBron is the greatest player of all time, or you maybe think LeBron's overrated, it doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. But when you go after somebody's son because of how much you dislike an athlete, that's just fucking weird. It's very weird, and it doesn't even make any sense. He's a kid, that's number one. Number two, your dislike for a player has nothing to do. Why the fuck are you going to their face? It's very, very fucking weird. And he has this, you know, yes, Russell Westbrook did not play good last year. We all know this. But to sit up there and just constantly say the same shit over and over again, is constantly Skip Bayless is a very, very weird individual. Fast forward to that, I think a couple weeks ago, Skip Bayless, you know, and him have been colleagues for a very, very long time. I would think that the time they spent together that they would, you know, are friends in some capacity. Okay, so it's one thing when you disagree on topics. That's a part of the show. Some people disagree on topics on purpose to add the entertainment element to the show. That's all a part of it. First Take does it, and so many other, you know, other sports outlets. Everyone does it, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with one person saying, hey, this person's overrated, or this person's a great, like, there's nothing wrong with those things. But he went as far as to discredit his partner as if his partner didn't do shit. Like, I don't remember the exact words, but he basically was saying how Brady did more than he ever would do. Like, I don't remember the exact words, but either way, number one, Sharon Sharp is one of the greatest tight ends of, sorry, not Sharon Sharp, I apologize. Shannon Sharp is one of the greatest tight ends to ever play this game, period. And, you know, him being a receiving threat was, in a way, pioneering the receiving tight ends that we see today. The George Kittles of the world, the Travis Kelce, so on and so forth. But you guys understand my point. So, to discredit this man's accomplishments, like he wasn't a Super Bowl champion. I think he won one with the Ravens. I think he won one with the Broncos. Super Bowl champion. Just nothing short of an all-time great resume, and I heard that he's been battling health issues and he's overcome them, so congratulations to him for that. He's a hell of an analyst, and you know, he brings a lot to the table. So for you to just go beyond just disagreeing on a topic and personally attack your colleague, that just doesn't make any fucking sense. And I could call him a piece of shit, I can insult the hell out of him, but I don't know the man, but the tasteless shit he's done throughout his career, that comment that he made, though, despite the fact that it was vile and disgusting and should be held as treated as such, it doesn't necessarily surprise me. So I'm not going to sit there and keep going on, you know, this rant about Skip Bayless. He's a piece of shit. Fuck him. This, that, the third. There's no point in doing that, because I don't expect anything less from Skip Bayless. I don't expect. It's sad. He's a grown ass man. He's older. The nigga's like 50, 60 years old. But you know, this is the same Skip Bayless that's been. He's been the same way for years. The only weird fucking part about it was that he tried to clarify his statement. How the fuck do you clarify you caring about a game more than a man's life? There's nothing to fucking clarify. There's nothing that you can say that be like, oh yeah, what I really meant to say was I'm just really happy about the game, so as soon as we're done with the news, I'm ready. Like, how the fuck do you come to terms and explain that shit? You just can't. So I'm moving on with that. Chris Sims decided to bring his little Woody, little Archie looking ass back on television. Little goofy ass nigga, like a fucking reject ass, like Barbie doll character or some shit. Nigga, I swear to God, that nigga, I'm about to get fucking canned. I'm about to call that nigga whatever. But listen, at the end of the day, he come back, and then this nigga tries to double back on the statement. He was like, yeah, I know that Jalen Hurts makes the team better. That's not what the fuck you said about 2 weeks ago. That wasn't the same word you said 2 weeks ago. So now you're changing your tone because we're 0-2 with Gardner Minshew starting.
What a dumb nigga, man. What a dumb nigga, man.
I'm sorry, yo. You can fucking tell I'm sorry. My bad. Yo, I can't believe I said that shit. Oh my god, that was embarrassing. Anyway. Okay, I'm coming back now. Oh shit, that was funny. Okay. Gardner Minshew starting 0-2. With Gardner Minshew as the starting quarterback. Claude. And this is the same nigga that was saying, well, if Gardner Minshew was in and his stats wouldn't look too bad, like he'd be pretty good in the system, like, you know, Micah Parsons, right? Like, shut the fuck up. Shut up, nigga. Shut the fuck up. And then this nigga got the nerve to come back on here and start crying about, I don't know why the internet and Sports Center is, you know, they're killing me for my stupid ass comments. And then I say stupid shit and then people are not gonna like deem it as stupid. I mean, I don't know that we live in a social media era where if I'm a public figure, people are gonna say, when I say stupid shit, people are gonna critique it. I didn't know. This is new information to me. Motherfucker, you're a public figure. When you say shit, or like good or bad, especially the negative. If you do shit as a public figure that's negative, or you say something that's stupid or something that's, you know, worthy of clowning, which this shit was definitely worthy of clowning and ridiculing. The stupid ass baseless statement that you made about Jalen Hurts, which had no facts in it whatsoever. Okay? You're crying about SportsCenter and ESPN and whoever the fuck else he named. He was like, you know, fuck them. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again, fuck them.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
And then it was funny as hell. It's like, while you were trying to be savage, you were trying to be politically correct. Because he called them a bunch of babies. Which I think he really wanted to say a bunch of bitches. So if you're gonna say fuck the platform twice, you might as well go ahead and just say bitches. You might as well just say bitches. You didn't have to go there and just and literally just call them a bunch of babies. And we could talk about it. What the fuck is there to talk about? Why would we see, here's a problem in society. We always try to entertain stupidity. We always try to entertain, like, there's no evidence there is to back up that statement. All the evidence, in fact, would work against you. Would be the complete opposite. What the fuck is there had to have a conversation about? Nothing. Jalen Hurts, without question, has made a complete fucking 180. Complete 180 from last year. There's no question he's an MVP candidate. There's no question that, you know, you can look on the fucking film and tell that when this man is throwing the ball down the field, this man is throwing dots. It's not just the receivers; he's throwing dots. And then obviously we already knew that he was fast from last year. He's putting it together this year with like a bunch of rushing touchdowns and like the leadership. So there's nothing to fucking argue about. You can't argue with stupidity. You just can't. If there's no facts to back it up, like, it would be a short conversation, right? You would stand on what the fuck you stand on, even though it has no legs, right? And then they would stand on their shit, but, you know, it's a one-sided thing. There's more facts to support the opposite than the stupid-ass statements that you made. So, Chris Sims, stop fucking crying about it. You say stupid shit. This is 2023. 2022 back then when you started crying about it. This is the age of the internet. When you're a public figure and you say or do shit that is, you know, clown-worthy or, you know, roast-worthy, like, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you are going to get clowned for it. Get over it. So we're moving on from that. We got to talk about this game, okay? I see a lot of people getting on Gardner Minshew. Okay, Gardner Minshew was 18 for 32, 274 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, right? So a lot of people are going to be, you know, okay, before we get started, I'm going to admit I didn't watch the game, not because of any fault of my own. I live in Chicago, y'all know that already, so I wasn't able to watch the game. So I was able to watch the highlights and then hear some discussions about it. I tried to hold off on Philly 500 and Joey Shakes, and believe me, it was like Pookie going through withdrawal. That shit was hard, like, because that, shout out to Philly 500 and Joey Shakes. They made some good ass content, so it was hard to kind of hold off, so that way, obviously, as I told y'all, video after video after video, I don't like their other people's opinions trying to seep in. I did watch Eagles post-game live though, just to see if some of the shit that I seen in the highlights, maybe some stuff that I read in the stats, would correspond, would be parallel with the statements that they made on the show, right? And this time, they wasn't blowing things out of proportion. Everything they said, for the most part, there was some stuff that kind of be scratched my head, but everything they said, the Eagles post-game live analyst said on that panel, for the most part, I felt like that from what I've seen, they're pretty much spot on, okay? So everybody wants to blame Gardner Minshew. And part of the reason that I kind of hesitate, like, I'm not going to lie to you, I was hesitant to make this video. Because number one, I didn't really want to do this. I didn't want to make this video. Like, I wanted to literally just like, okay, we're going to beat the Saints, you know, probably get closer to guaranteeing a top 10 pick. You know what I'm saying? Get the Saints out of there. They ain't going to, but they're not going to the playoffs anyway because the Buccaneers beat the Panthers. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. So, like I said before, guaranteeing that not guaranteed, but pushing towards the potential for a top 10 pick, locking up the NFC East, locking up the NFC to get that first round bye, which is very important to make sure all of our players are healthy, you know, and have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, obviously until we get to Arizona. And the truth to be told, I've seen some throws where he's throwing behind the receiver. But if I have to blame two people here, Steichen and Nick Sirianni. Shane Steichen and Nick Sirianni are at fault for this game. And Gannon, I'm going to be honest with you. I give 85% to Sirianni and Steichen as to why we lost against the Saints on Sunday. And I give about 15% to Jonathan Gannon. But Jonathan Gannon, we're going to talk about when we get to the defense. Now, as far as the offense is concerned, the same shit I was talking about in the last video. And I'm a little scatterbrained right now because I'm kind of tired. I'm trying to make sure that I cover everything. But here's the thing. I didn't want to regurgitate the same stuff that I said in my last video, because a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about in this video, I talked a lot about that the last video. And it's so funny how everybody is catching on to it this game, but these were the same issues that were in the Cowboys game. They just were never addressed, right? I just don't understand. How do you go in? You lost on Christmas Eve. You lost against a rival, and a lot of people on that Cowboys team was talking a lot of shit this year. There got to be some pride in it, because Fletcher Cox said that that the team was pissed off. Apparently, the coaching staff wasn't pissed off enough, because the game plan was absolute dog shit. Okay, and again, the same shit I talked about the last video. Now, I know I'm going to keep saying that about 1,000 times and never get to the point, so let me get to the point right now. Okay, I told y'all last video that you can't script plays that are meant for Jalen Hurts for Gardner Minshew. I talked about how Doug Peterson did a good job of setting up plays for Nick Foles, and you know, when he set up plays for Nick Foles that were clearly different than Carson Wentz, because he's acknowledging that those two quarterbacks are two different quarterbacks, right? I'm not going to go over the stats, like everybody knows this, but long story short, Peterson was smarter to know, hey, I'm dealing with Nick Foles, I'm not dealing with Carson Wentz. So the plays that were drawn up, the formations, the game plan was completely different and was supposed to be suited to Nick Foles' strengths. All right? Steichen, once again, for the second fucking week in a row, did not do that. Okay? For starters, he keeps doing the same shotgun RPO over and over and over and over and over again. But here's the thing. The RPO doesn't really mean shit because you're not running. And listen, we're going to get to the running attack in about a minute or two. Just let me finish up talking about the passing real quick. Right? So, Minshew did throw some passes behind. He threw some bad passes. That pick 6 to Lattimore, and I'm not going to lie to you, I might have fucked up mentioning Lattimore. I might have not fucked up because I predicted that he was going to have a good game if we take him lightly. And I think he just I didn't even know he was going to play because I looked at the injury list and I don't think Lattimore was even practicing this week. I could be wrong because I'm not a Saints fan. I used to be a Saints fan, but that's neither here nor there. Like, we ain't got to talk. I'm an Eagles fan now. Like, I've been an Eagles fan since Sam Bradford. Like, we're not going down a rabbit hole, okay? So, with the RPO game, there's no threat of the run. So already you fucking up, okay? Minshew is obviously not that fast. I'm not going to keep saying the same shit over and over. Like, Minshew is definitely nowhere near the speed. He's not an oak tree, but he's nowhere near the speed of Jalen Hurts. So the RPO is not going to work because the idea of an RPO is it's like the quarterback's a threat to run the ball, and the running back is a threat to run the ball. If there's only one threat, what the fuck is the point, right? So you didn't take that into consideration. Again, I did not see not one. Again, obviously I didn't watch the game. I did not see not one single back formation pass, not one single back formation run. Not one fucking time did I see it. I didn't see not one of it. So, no single back formations again, right? And then here's the thing. Here's what I'm noticing, okay? The lack of creativity. And I'll point to a situation and what I'm talking about, right? A lot of people are saying that, you know, it's kind of divided, but most people are saying that the quarterback sneak it was in the fourth quarter or on that fourth down was smart. I think it was stupid. Okay. At the end of the day, plays are always hit or miss. They're always hit or miss. Like sometimes you're gonna get it, sometimes you're not. Now just because we get it a lot and we damn near get it almost all the time, doesn't mean that we're gonna get it all the time. There's obviously gonna be times where we don't get those conversions, right? So I'm thinking, this is the logical thing in me, right? And a lot of people say, well, you could do a toss. Well, that definitely wouldn't make any sense. But there's always, one thing I love about Andy Reid, shout out to Andy Reid, the former Philadelphia coach. He's so creative with his offense. It's like, of course they might have stuff that's like, okay, that's almost guaranteed to work every time. But he's always, you really cannot ever really guess what Andy Reid's going to throw at you. Right? Let's talk about Doug Peterson in the Philly special. Nobody saw that shit coming. At the end of the day, like I said before, he pulled a couple of really, really smart plays in the Bears game. But when it comes down to making adjustments, when you're struggling, because the offense struggled a lot. I don't think that, like, honestly, offensively, that was our worst performance. Our worst performance by far. And it's not on Gardner Minshew. As much people want to say that, yes, he made some bad throws out there, but it's not really on him. Like, it's 100% on Shane Steichen and Nick Sirianni for coming up with this horrible-ass game plan with no creativity, no acknowledgement that Gardner Minshew is the quarterback instead of Jalen Hurts. And just like, at the end of the day, it's like, go back to the Andy Reid example. You never know what he's going to throw at you, right? So maybe Patrick Mahomes might go with a shovel pass. Maybe it might be an Andy Reid. You just never know. Like, Andy Reid is so smart, and he always got so many things up his sleeve. It's like, you don't have to have as many plays, you know, under your sleeve like Andy Reid, but damn it, you got to have like at least like 3 in the chamber. Like to literally say, okay, every fourth down we're going to go for it by quarterback sneaking it. Okay, we got the offensive line to do it. When Jalen Hurts is playing, yeah, he's strong enough and fast enough to get it. But at the same time, it's like that can't be all that we do. Like sometimes, why not try like a quick pass? Shout out to Devontae Smith, huge game for him, 115 yards. For him, 9 catches, 115 yards. I can remember that, right? And then A.J. Brown, 4 catches for 97 yards and touchdown. I remember the stats, man. Gold star for me. Hell yeah. But anyway, yeah. So A.J. Brown had a big game, 4 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. Let's talk about Miles Sanders, okay? So, 2 carries in the first half. Now, I want to talk about the practice, because I think he was like had limited practice because he was supposed to be on a snap count, quote unquote. So he had like a small knee injury. Not nothing else going to keep him back, but like it was a little bit of a concern. And then what really killed me is that, and here's the thing, right? Here's what really, like, there's 2 things that killed me. Number 1, I remember it was the game after the Giants. I remember, was it the Cowboys? It might have been the Cowboys game. Okay, might have been the Cowboys game. No, Chicago, the Bears. It was the Bears game. Okay, because I think the Bears game was immediately after Miles Sanders had his 144 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Giants. I can't talk. I'm so sorry, guys. So it was literally the game after the Giants game, which I believe was the Bears. Okay. So the reporter got on his ass. He was like, yo, like basically, like he said it in a professional manner, but he got on his ass. Like, he was wrong about this. I'm like, I know that Eagles fans ain't the only one watching this shit. I know there got to be other people that gonna say like some shit isn't adding up, right? I know it. And then, lo and behold, I had a short come up on my YouTube feed with this, this reporter did a hell of a job bringing this serious attention, like, hey, listen, your running back just had 144 yards and 2 touchdowns the Giants game, the previous game. Why aren't you running the ball with him? And Sirianni was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we need to run the ball with him. That's my fault. That's that's on me. That's the game plan. Like, he kept saying that shit. I'm like, okay, well, at least you're acknowledging that it was on you, right? But the Dallas game, you don't give him the ball again. And then this game, you really don't give him the ball, and then guess you're going to chalk it up to a knee injury. Then why the fuck was he out there? If you wanted to put him on a limited snap count, fine. But to literally not use him at all, and not even, like, how the fuck are you going to see if he's healthy off of 2 carries? How are you going to do that? And then literally, the second half, we started running the ball with him, and the offense was moving. He, like, the offense was moving off of us giving him the football. We finally gave him the football. I think he had, unquote, 12 carries for 61 yards. So he actually had over 5 yards. And he was running hard. Like, when he was running the ball, it didn't seem like the knee thing was a factor. Like he was running hard. He was running at the same speed that he normally did. So I'm just wondering, like, why the fuck do they continue to do this shit? Why do we continue to underutilize it? Well, why do we continuously, because at the end of the day, I know Miles Sanders got to be thinking to himself, because I said it before on a couple of videos, but before this one. Miles Sanders, last year, he was very vocal and had he was very vocal and clearly, blatantly upset about him not getting involved in the offense, about him not getting those touches. And it's the same shit this time around, yet he's more professional about it. But I know he got to be like, goddamn, like, I probably don't want to be an Eagle anymore because I'm not going to sit up there and waste my fucking prime and waste all my good years of my career wasted away, and you're not using me. I'm clearly showing that, like, I say he's the top 10 talent. He's top 5 this year. So he's doing everything that he can. He before this, he was leading the league. I don't know if it's still the case. Probably not. But he was leading the league in yards per carry. So he's showing that he can do everything. And at the end of the day, we don't use him in the passing game at all. So we don't use him at all whatsoever. Okay? So I know he got to be saying, like, I want out of this motherfucker. And at the end of the day, if he leaves, I'm going to be mad as shit. I'm going to be mad. But I understand. Because for 2 years in a row, under this system, you were not given the ball. Right? And then Sirianni keep coming with this. He was like, my bad, it's my fault. Okay, but now you are bad because it's time for you to step up to the plate. And okay, you acknowledge your mistake, but it's look, when you make a mistake, part of it is acknowledging it, and the other is making sure, okay, what can we do moving forward so that it doesn't happen again? You've done the first step, which is holding yourself accountable, but now it's time to start putting this shit into action. And so far, for the Dallas game and this game here, you've not done that. So literally, you're handicapping our, like, fuck the fact that maybe, okay, you can say the Saints play hard. You're handicapping the fucking offense, right? And like I said earlier in this video, the purpose of a run-pass option is that the quarterback and the running back is a threat. Well, if none of the fucking, not the running back or the quarterback is a threat, what the fuck is the point of an RPO offense? Goddard had like 3 or 4 catches for 45 yards. So he did pretty good, the targets I was given to him. Very disappointed how they didn't let Quez Watkins rebound. No targets, no catches, none of that. You gotta let this man rebound. He's a damn good player. Y'all chose not to involve him in the offense. Y'all chose not to give him any reps, okay? And then want to hold him accountable for like the very few opportunities he get, and he doesn't do so well. Y'all did this shit, okay? Now, as much as, listen, Quez Watkins, off that second interception that Gardner Minshew threw last week, yeah, you got to shield the defender off and make sure that, you know, you are utilizing your body so the defender can't get over you, and you got to be strong with the football. 100% agreed. But at the same time, you're trying to ask excellence out of a player, and you're not even giving him the bare minimum opportunities to even be able to go execute out there in the football field. You're not giving him those reps. So I'm not going to keep reiterating what I said on the last video, but it wasn't injured as far as I know. So why the fuck didn't you throw the ball to him at least one time? Also, I want to talk about that bullshit ass. I don't think it would have been much of a difference, so I'm not too mad at this. I am mad, but I'm not too mad. That was a bullshit holding call that they called on Driscoll. Kenneth Gainwell should have had a touchdown that game. Like, we should have had another touchdown. I don't remember what the score would have been, but we should have had another touchdown on the board. Do I think it would have won us the game automatically? No, but that was complete bullshit. There's no fucking way you could hold the person. If the person is falling to the ground, he's shoving him to the ground, how the fuck is that holding? Holding means you would be keeping him up. Why the fuck would he fall to the ground if you're holding him? Okay, we're going to talk about the defense really quickly. Gannon is falling off with the secondary shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on, right? And then again, the same shit over and over that I keep mentioning on this channel. 4 to 5 guys on the line, over and over and over again. No blitzes in the middle with T.J. Edwards, no quarterback spies, no DB blitzes, nothing. None of that shit. So same 4 to 5 guys rushing, okay? And clearly that didn't fucking work because, again, Dalton had, I think Dalton completed 13 straight completions, but before Josiah, I'll talk about Josiah Scott in just a second, so let me hold off on that. Before the interception that Andy Dalton threw, he had 13 fucking straight completions. 13 completions. Against a guy whose philosophy, and if he's probably the only one in the NFL to do this. I don't know any other defensive coordinator that operates in this manner, but he works from the secondary. His specialty is his secondary. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of people they're going to disagree with me with this. I'm telling you this right now. The Vikings game, that blowout, that was our best defensive performance. I am not going to lie to you and Ted, that was our best defensive performance. You can say maybe the Commanders, maybe, with the first game with Carson Wentz, but without question, that game against the Vikings was our best defensive performance. Now, granted, the defensive line penetration was not there whatsoever. It was not there. But as far as, what Gannon specializes in, his signature imprint, that was the best game defensively all year. Literally after that Commanders game when Carson Wentz was a starter. And listen, I don't give a fuck. I'm not a Commanders fan. But I'm going to tell you this. Ron Rivera, why the fuck would you start fucking Carson Wentz? Why would you do that? It's not like what fucking Saturday did was to start Nick Foles again, even though Nick Foles is the weirdest player. Like, thank you for what you did for us in Philly for 2 years, 3 years in a row. Thank you so much. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it all the way 1,000. Nick Foles is the weirdest player ever. It's like he has success with us, and he just can't have success with any other team. It's just so fucking weird. And it's to the point where, like, he really didn't have the strongest arm out there, but now he really doesn't. And when he throws the ball, it's like stays in the air for a long-ass time, and it has no zip on it. He has zip between, like I'd say, to the first down marker, and that's pretty much it. But, not trying to go too much of a tangent, I don't know why the fuck Ron Rivera sat down Heineke. I think Heineke played well enough that even though that they lost, he deserved to keep his starting spot. I think the team rallies better. I think the offense moves better. And sure enough, they got what they asked for. Carson Wentz stuck up the joint and threw 3 fucking interceptions. So, good job, Ron Rivera, because, personally, you're a rival. So, if you do dumb shit, that, allows us to not, to see y'all fail. And as a, Eagles fan, that makes me happy. So, if you do dumb shit, I have no problem with it whatsoever. Continue to do. Go ahead, Rivera. Do your thing. Go ahead. Even though Heineke has been playing 3 times better than Carson Wentz all fucking year round, maybe except for the first game Carson Wentz played, the first maybe game or two, really the first game, Carson Wentz played decent. Bradbury got burnt, I think in the second quarter by Shaheed. Slay made some tackles. I can't really complain about him. Josiah Scott, thank you, bro. Thank you. Because, listen, I had to get on your ass. I didn't want to be that guy because I'm tired of people talking shit to you when you literally been holding it down all like, you haven't been perfect. I'm not going to say you have, but you've been doing a good job. Like a better job than people actually give you credit for. People been shitting on you and I've been coming to your aid. And then last week, you were horrible. This week, hell of a fucking interception. Like, I don't know if he caught a faded back or dive, but that was a hell of it. Because I think the other interception he caught this season, which I think it was Green Bay. It was off a tip pass, I think from either Bradbury or Slay. I don't remember which one it was. So that's how he caught it. But this one was all him. Hell of a way to go, like he had some tackles too. Hell of a way to go redeem yourself, without question. But honestly, yeah, that whole first half, the defense didn't really do much either. And I think I blame Gannon for it because, again, keep rushing 4 to 5 guys, keep having guys all the way back. But only this time around, it's just not working because they picking us the fuck apart. So second half rolls around, and basically the defense gives us the fucking game. They give us the game on a silver platter because Graham went fucking crazy. He had 2 sacks. Son Reddick went crazy. He had 2 sacks. I love the way Fletcher Cox had a sack, and then his numbers don't show it, but Fletcher Cox was all over the fucking field. Fletcher Cox had a hell of a game, in my opinion. I don't think the stats really show how good he was. So Fletcher Cox, shout out to him, hell of a game. Happy that Happy that Josh Sweat is okay. I heard, I saw the injury, like it wasn't in the highlights because they never fucking show the injuries for some odd reason, especially if it's a key player. They should definitely show the injuries, but it's either here or there. So I think it was the first quarter. It was like a 3rd and short or something like that. So Josh Sweat went in for the tackle on the fullback and he got injured. I think it was a neck injury. Don't quote me. But the good thing is, he's going to miss some time. So that's not obviously good. He's been outstanding. It's nothing short of outstanding. Surpassed expectations to the T. The way he was on the ground, it concerned me a little bit. But the good thing is he's going to be okay. He's going to miss time, obviously, but we'll be fine. Robert Quinn should be back for the last game. So this time around, we're not going to be completely assed out. Now, if Gannon does what he's supposed to do, Robert Quinn should have a high snap count. And this time around, we can really judge to see if, you know, he really is that guy or he's kind of a waste. But Robert Quinn should get a lot of snaps, and we should see what type of player he really is. Does he still got it, or like we should see, okay? Because honestly, I'll be able to say, well, it was a failure. It's not a failure. We just don't have enough room. We have enough room. We just need to give him more snaps, which we haven't been doing. But this time around, because of the Josh Sweat injury, we should see a hell of a lot more snaps from Robert Quinn, and we should definitely, like I said before, that's going to tell us what type of player he really is, whether or not he got it or he just, you know, too old, right? Edwards was a tackling machine, 9 tackles for 2 assists. I don't have anything else to say about the defense too much. Glad to see Jake Elliott scared me just a little bit, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt with the injury, but I'm like, you kind of fall. No, I say, if you haven't heard, in my opinion, Jake Elliott is the second best kicker in the league. And I know stats are going to show otherwise, but it's my opinion because of consistency. Jake Elliott is the second best kicker in the league, only second to the GOAT, Justin Tucker. Okay, but at the end of the day, he had a 56-yarder and he hit it with no problem. I'm like, all right, Jake Elliott still got it. You know what I'm saying? Because he been battling some injuries, and he got me scared that he might be falling off because he missed some easy ones. I think he missed an easy one in the Cowboys game. So I'm like, okay, is he falling off now? I don't know what's going on. But the good thing is Jake Elliott got his shit together, all right? Now, Jalen Hurts, good chance he might play. I don't know what's going to happen with Gardner Johnson. We'll see. Robert Quinn, like I said before, should get a ton of fucking snaps. So we're really, like, finally he's going to be given an opportunity to prove his worth to us. So hopefully, this trade wasn't all for nothing, right? Yeah, so as far as the Giants game, I hope that we win, and I hope nothing weird or crazy or some other strange shit happens, because I don't want to make a video about the Eagles until after, hopefully, our divisional win. Whoever the fuck it may be, just make sure that make sure that it's a divisional win. We got the Giants at about 4:30. I don't know if it's coming on TV. If it is, I'll watch it. But either way, whether I watch it or don't watch it, I'll give y'all a recap on Twitter like I normally do. But as far as making a video of it, I got too much shit going on. But if something crazy happens, and just like the Saints game, but at the end of the day, just kind of wrap it up to the Saints game. Jalen Hurts is a big part of our team. He isn't the only part. So if you're telling me that a team that got our talent, they got the best receiving core in the league, best offensive line, my opinion, the best defensive line in the league, especially the way they've been playing. We should have the best secondary in the league with Gardner Johnson. We should have the two. Honestly, on a normal day, we have the 2 best corners in the league, Bradbury and Slay. We have the 2 best cornerbacks in the league. Okay? So with all that fucking talent you got on both sides of the ball, there's no fucking excuse to have the team coming out playing as bad as they did against the Saints. There's no excuse. And then Doc Rivers fucking, out of all the people, the person with the worst of fucking luck made a prediction we're going to win a Super Bowl.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
Holy shit. Like, I just was like, bro, when I saw that shit, I'm like, just please tell me that this is a troll, this is a joke, something. Because out of all the people, the person with it, it's like fucking having Sonny. What's that nigga name? It's because Sonny's the boss. I forgot the nigga name that like got bad luck from Bronx Tale. It's like having him around. Holy shit. Out of all the people that could predict us win the Super Bowl, you don't want to be fucking Doc Rivers. Brother got big dreams, don't have a big bank account. I probably didn't even say that clearly, but whatever. Make sure you hit that GoFundMe link down in the description. If you haven't rolled to XXL, it's 2023. Start your new year right, alright? We will be working on other content. So just like the reaction videos that we were doing with the TikTok red flags, We'll go back to some of that shit again. Not redoing those, but like just kind of just like some clips on the internet that went viral. Maybe I'll have some, you know, if y'all put in the description what y'all want me to react to, what you want me to have a commentary about, and I'll just like make videos about those certain topics, or I'll make videos reacting to whatever type of content that you want me to. Just put that down below in the description. I'll put the question in the comments, put it on social media. Not really, because I don't know if y'all ready for it, but in the comment section, I will put it in there, the question in there. Y'all give me y'all suggestions, okay? Y'all showed a lot of love last video. I didn't see no likes. I saw a lot of engagement, so I appreciate that. I saw one salty ass cowboy fan, I'm not gonna mention you by name, but you salty as hell, who literally got fooled by my thumbnail and title and started going crazy instead of watching the video. So that was fucking hilarious. So I appreciate that everybody that took time to watch the video. You know, it was probably 30 seconds a minute. Appreciate everybody. All right. Hope that everybody enjoy the new year once again. Hope everybody starts off the first week of 2023 correctly. And I wish everybody nothing but a prosperous year moving forward. Okay. Obviously, I will be back, so like I'm not gonna like go on vacation or like be done with this YouTube channel. I'm just saying in general. Okay. I'm out of here. Peace. All right.